St. Cloud. I'm Steven Phillips, and I'm here with my co-host, Tuna Can. Now, instead of doing our regular news segment this evening, we decided we would do a community outreach project, and we would do our first kitchen segment tonight. We'd like to introduce you, the listener, to the Lame Kitchen.
You can just smell the ratings.
Well, I was at my home the other day, and it was pretty warm. I got a chance to spend some time outdoors, and I saw my neighbors were out, and they had begun the spring maple syrup harvest. Maybe we could figure out what we could do with some of that delicious maple syrup tonight.
I don't know, waffles, pancakes, pound cake,
Well, let's just
sausages,
get our
hash browns.
Let's get our first guest this evening. I'd like to introduce Liza Bean. She's here to talk to us about this great secret family recipe, and she's going to talk to us tonight about her famous maple meat curtain.
Thank you, William. Thank you for having me on to let me show you and teach you about my family's deepest secret, the maple meat curtain.
Now, Liza, I'm not really familiar with meat curtains. Could you tell me a little more about that?
Billy, by the way you dress, that really doesn't surprise me.
Well, now there's not much to the maple meat curtain. You know, it's a family secret, and all you really have to do is just weave the meat. Just weave it, play with it a little, and just make sure it's nice and moist.
Oh, it does look moist. Liza, is that where the maple syrup comes in?
Yeah. You know, the key ingredient to a good meat curtain is a wet meat curtain. You don't want it to dry out. So just make sure that you make it all sticky and tasty with the maple syrup. You'll never go wrong.
That sure does look appetizing.
Why don't I go get a fresh one that I just made?
Great. Would you go ahead and show us that meat curtain? Tuna, would you like to see the finished meat curtain?
Do you realize what you just asked me? I would absolutely love to see your meat curtain.
Well, if you'll notice, it's so pliable. Isn't it? Doesn't it smell delicious? Would you like to taste some of my meat curtain, Mr. Tuna Can?
I hope it tastes better than it looks. I'm gonna try it. Billy, would you like to try some?
Actually, I usually don't eat that kind of meat.
All the hot dogs I see you eating around here, Billy, that doesn't really surprise me that much.
That smell is fantastic.
It tastes better than it smells.
It always does. Come on, William, why don't you know your listeners would love to hear how you like my maple meat curtain.
Kind of like chicken. I think they're looking good.
I'm not really sure. Now, Liza, would you say that your meat curtain can be served alone?
Oh, most definitely. My meat curtain stands up to anything. But, you know, I mean, it could be served with other things, too. It could be not only served by itself, but even wrapped around foods. I've wrapped it around dogs, around steaks of different varieties, peanut butter, many fruits. Tastes very good inside my meat curtain.
There you go, Billy. We'll deem that your signature dish. Put it on neon lights. Billy's big old meat curtain. Woo, woo, woo!
Lovely.
Tuna, I thought I'd asked you to please call me William during the show. I really appreciate that, now that we're co-hosting.
Sorry.
No, Liza, is this just your own recipe, or are there other meat curtains in your family?
The beauty of the meat curtain is that really it could be done any certain way, just as long as you play with the meat and make it your own. I used to think that my mother's meat curtain was the best tasting until I tried my great aunt's meat curtain. Boy, let me tell you, her meat curtain was the meat curtains of the best. It's my favorite to date. I still
tasty meat curtain.
I just like to say that this is one of the best meat curtains I've ever tasted in my life. And a guy like me could really use a meat curtain like this, you know, every day. And what steps can I take in order to attain this meat curtain for the rest of my life?
Well, no, it doesn't take many steps at all. All you have to do is make sure you have a good piece of bacon, good meat, and, you know, the best secret I can tell you is keep it moist. Because a wet meat curtain is a good meat curtain. And once it's wet enough to your liking, just throw it in and bake, bake, bake.
Now, Liza, this is pretty much just bacon. Are there any health concerns about eating meat curtain every day like Tuna would like to?
Well,
Valid concern, Bill. I'm William.
There was an issue one year at our annual meat curtain Bean family picnic where we had a log jam, not unlike the great log jam of the Mississippi in Little Falls back in 1898. However, my uncle is a plumber and knows his ways around pipes. We were flowing again in no time.
Speaking of time, unfortunately, we're about running out of time for a cooking segment this evening, but we're going to have you back later, I think, on another show with another recipe.
What's that going to be?
Oh, well, actually, it's another family recipe that was sadly stolen from us. It's made with popcorn, and it's actually called our cock poppin' buttered muffins.
Well, thanks for joining us, all of us, tonight on KLME, The Lame, our special community cooking segment called The Lame Kitchen. Now, Tuna, as always, would you like to take us out with a song?
You know, I would. This song is very dear to me. I first heard it when I was clubbing in the late 2000-ish. It's actually from Shock Jams, volume number 12. You might know this artist. His name is Freak Nasty, and it's called The Dip.